FM, formerly known as Jack, is a local radio station based in Hertfordshire, which broadcasts up to a potential of 2 million people. This short documentary will be looking at how some of the people at Bob got where they are today, and give a little insight into what life is like working in radio.
I had always been a fan of radio and sound in general, working with that. When I was 10 years old, I was bought a second-hand reel-to-reel 1/4-inch tape recorder, and I used to record everything.
I first got into radio at university when I hosted a drive time show on the university radio station. Did music production at university as well, and sidestepped into radio production, and here I am.
I've always been interested in getting into journalism, and funnily enough I wanted to get into newspapers. I did work experience at a press office when I was 15, but when I got to university I did a module on radio, and I found it far more interesting than newspapers could ever be, really, so that's what gave me the bug.
One day I was an air conditioning engineer in Australia, and I was driving home from work, and I had insulation all down my back because I'd been in a ceiling space all day. The traffic was really bad in Sydney, and I was looking around at everybody else, and this idiot on the radio had no idea what I'd been through, and he just was he was not relating, and I thought I could do a better job than him, and he was on a big station, and so I decided, right, that's it, I'm going to do it. I don't care what it takes. I don't know anything. I'd only been living in Australia for a year. I didn't know anyone in Australia, never mind anyone in radio. I was an air conditioning engineer, so I went out of my way to find out more about it. Eventually did a couple of courses, did some community radio, and then went from there. So it was a combination of loving what you can do with the medium of sound only, and also hearing someone who was on there who had the opportunity to do that and wasn't really doing it very well. So that's what made me get in.
Best thing would be that no one day is the same. It's an old cliche to say that sort of thing, but I mean, like, for instance, today I got into work at 9 o'clock, edited a promo, and then went and gave ice creams out in Hitchin Town Centre. And then this afternoon I'll get to pick a bit of music and see what happens, see if anything comes in. But for the most part, there's a lot of freedom in the job.
The best thing is, I don't have a real job. I get to play and mess about for a living. That is the best thing. And I have something at the end of the day. I have audio stuff I've done, which I can put on my website. And the best thing is yeah, I really want to do this, and I get to get things off my chest. If something's winding me up, I can say it on the radio and have people call in about it. And the best thing is doing the air shift in the morning. The worst thing is the hours. The hours are brutal. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yesterday I got home at about 3:30 and went to bed. I woke up about 6 o'clock for a couple of hours and then went back to sleep. The hours are brutal.
The best is just the fact that I drive to work with a smile on my face every day. I mean, how many other people can say that? I love what I do, and I never want to stop doing it. And as for worst, I don't think I could even say there's a worst, really.
Radio stations, for the most part, will give you the opportunity. If you write into a radio station or whatever else, for the most part, they'll give you a chance at least, because it's worth them doing it. And you can learn so much from just keeping your eyes and ears open and working hard. They'll pretty much give you a job if you can do what you say you can do.
Never give up. That's what somebody once said to me. He said, promise me whatever you do, you won't give up. And I haven't. Sometimes it can take a lot of hard work, and sometimes it can take a long time to feel like you're getting anywhere. But yeah, that's it really. Just keep chasing your goals, and one day they might come to something.
Have fun. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. You've got to have fun. This is a fun medium. This is where we go to have fun and to get people who have got boring, ordinary jobs to share in that fun and that passion that we have, and to bring them along on that ride. Have fun. If you're not having fun, do something else that does.
Pray God you can come. I stand outside this woman's work, this woman's word. I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. I should be hoping, but I can't stop thinking. All the things I should have said that I never said. All the things we should have done that we never did. All the things I should have given that I didn't. Oh, darling, make it go. Make it go away. Give me these moments back. Give them back to me. Give me all you have.
The Hearts Women's Centre first opened in 1995, and there's been quite a lot of changes from the first day it opened to today. This is the third premises that we've occupied. We're currently in Sheppel in Stevenage, and the centre's changed quite a lot over the years. That's partly because of the changing needs in the community, but it's also about, you know, the way that the funding is structured. So there's a constant need to kind of re-evaluate ourselves and look at what we do to attract additional funding. We try to offer as much as we can. So it's a range of different services that to meet both the emotional and the practical needs of local women. We offer counselling, both short-term and long-term. We run courses for women, things like the Freedom Programme, protective behaviours, and we also can offer free legal advice. We've got local solicitors that come in and can offer sessions on family law matters. We do some fun stuff. We've got 2 women's book groups, a sewing group and an over 50s social group. We've got a small charity shop at the centre that we are totally reliant on donations. All the money raised by the charity shop helps us to pay our bills. Things like the electricity, the telephone bills are always high, things like that. So we always welcome donations. You know, without them we couldn't run the shop. We also always need volunteers. We try and keep the staff team down to a minimum to keep our overheads down, so we are very reliant on volunteers to help us. Our volunteers help run the shop, they help us cover reception, do some one-to-one support work. There's all kinds of different ways. Volunteering also is an excellent way in helping women back into employment, so that's kind of another service that we provide as well. There's also the other way that people can help us. We also have the giving campaign, which is where we ask people to sign up to donate £2 a month. Doesn't sound much, but you know, if enough people all gave £2 a month, that would make a massive difference to us. It would keep our doors open. Just to be here. In the last 12 months we've faced some really difficult times at the centre. 3 times I've got to the point of giving notice of closure. It feels horrible. It feels horrible when you know how many women rely on the centre. There's nowhere else for them to go. You know, in the last 12 months we applied to be a rape crisis centre, which we felt was hugely important. There was very little locally for women that had been raped or sexually abused. We felt that to have somewhere to go, a physical place to go, was really important. You know, it just feels like it's the right place at the Women's Centre. It feels like it fits with what we do. It fits with our ethos, and we're helping so many more women now. That, yeah, just to be here, that would be the most massive achievement for us in 5 years' time.
I know you have a lot of strength left. I know you have a little life in you yet. I know you have a lot of strength left. I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. I should be hoping that I can't stop thinking of all the things we should have said that we never said. All the things we should have done that we never did. All the things that you needed from me. All the things that you wanted from me. All the things I should have given that I didn't. Oh, darling, make it go away. Just make it go away now.
Through my window, cold wind blowing. I can't take this, I can't take no more. Cars they race by, burning headlights. In the mirror I watch myself cry. In my soul, I'm aching to grow, longing for a love I've never known. My own life has taken its toll, drunk on whiskey, God don't let me go. Play me a simple song so I can sing along, and cherry blossoms in spring and all the joy that it brings, 'cause I've been out on the road driving with no place to go. I'm shying out to Frisco, I'm dying to find me a home. Take me home, 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 Lord, take me home, take me home, God, take me home, take me home, take me
What is hip hop? And why do so many people have such a negative perception of hip hop? Okay,
The world is yours. The world is yours.
Or right back to it. What the hell am I aim for? 'Cause I mean, stand a chainsaw.
I'm B So Rhymy.
I'm Leo, so rhymes. And I'm Jay, so rhymes.
After meeting up with soul rhymers and hearing what they had to say on what hip hop could do to improve its image, I still wanted to find out what could be done to change people's perception of hip hop.
First hip hop album I heard was Ready to Die by Notorious B.I.G. Amazing album. Off key.
Come on, make the splash. Hey, listen to the beat break though.
My wiggers get the rhymes and quicker. I'm not a miracle, I'm a lyrical serial killer. Hi, my name is CK.
What was the first hip hop album you heard, and what was your sort of reaction to it?
First hip hop album I ever heard was Shut 'Em Down by Onyx, which is a rap group. I never really thought much about it. It was my uncle who used to listen to hip hop. I was more into like heavy metal and stuff like that.
Stage name / artist name / producer name is Evo. I'm a producer. I'm a rapper as well.
What was the first hip hop album you heard, and what sort of perception or feeling did you have at the end of it?
Like the first sort of CD that I got was for my birthday, My mum bought me a Nelly CD, and then he was the guy that I listened to for inspiration. He was the guy because he had a different flow, he had a different vibe. It was just something about him. And
within this documentary, I've learned quite a lot from all the different opinions and point of views of the musicians I interviewed, from soul rhymers to Picasso, to CK to EVO, and everyone else who let me know what could be done to change the image of hip-hop. One thing is for certain, hip-hop will change as a whole, and I know it will change into a positive movement. This has been Hip-Hop, a local story.
Whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? The world is
kind of like a love-hate thing. You get some people that be walking along with their kids and they say, oh, look what that guy's doing, and like you get some compliments. Or you get the other people that start to turn up their nose at it and say stuff like, oh, what are you doing jumping over a wall at your age, or what are you doing, like, you're 19 years of age, why are you doing this? So it's kind of like a love-hate kind of thing.
Is the freedom. I saw videos of like the professional guys like London and stuff, and the way they're just going around different towns and just, like even on the rooftops, just going and just doing tricks and that up on roofs and getting down. You're going through town and just whizzing in and out of people. That was like to me. I thought, well, that's not normal. So yeah, I probably give that a go. Yeah. Like people go to the gym and pay all that membership stuff, where all I need to do is pay for a pair of trainers. That's all you really need, really, and then just like everything else, like upper body strength comes with it.
We tend to practice it down into our socks and shorts. Reason for that is you get to feel the ground a bit more, you get to learn where you're at. You learn where you need to look when you're in your flips as well, so it's a lot safer when you go to concrete. If you do it straight on concrete when you're just learning, then there's a high chance that you're going to injure yourself quite a bit, whereas with the grass it's a lot softer, it's much safer as well.
I am not an adrenaline junkie.
I'm not doing it to make money and everything like that. If a chance like that arose, then obviously it would be good to take it, but it's not what I do it for. In the long run, I'd like to just keep doing it, keep having fun. I mean, it's keeping me fit, it's keeping me healthy. I eat well as well, so it's keeping me fit and healthy. And in the long run, I just want to keep doing it. Hope that my legs never give way, hope that my ankles never go, and hope that my body stays fit enough to be able to keep going.